Assalamu alaikum, ya halan wa sahlan, marhaban bikum min jadid. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for joining us. This is our homeschool channel where we will take you along our journey in life through homeschool and all great things that come to us, inshallah. This fall season, we are reflecting on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how the seasons change, and making a couple of things that normally produced during the fall by Allah's rahmah. Did you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions leaves in the Holy Quran? He talks about the fall season or the autumn season when he adds that not a leaf falls that he doesn't know about, which really, look at the amount of leaves in this shot right here, and then you have leaves all over the world that fall from the trees. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just that, subhanahu wa ta'ala, glorified be his splendor. He is just the most glorious. Here I am selecting or collecting leaves, but I wanted certain leaves, certain colors, like the yellow golden leaves, for a project that my children and I are working on today, because I noticed my son had a comb, like the type of comb you comb your hair with, in his book, holding the place in his page. So I said, okay, it is time to work on a project. We need an autumn fall project. So here we are, collected the leaves. Now I have to spray paint them because, not spray paint, but spray them with bottled water because they were curling up, because they were dry. So in order to iron them out, yes, that is what you see me doing there. I'm ironing the leaves so that I can obtain or retain their flat shape or their flat form for the project that is upcoming. So I just used a paper towel to hold some of the moisture in. Spray paint. I keep saying spray paint. You spray water over the leaves, fold the paper towel over, and then you spray the paper towel and iron it. I would have had my children do this, but I'm not so sure I wanted them to do this. Anyway, if you ever decide to do this at your own house, this smell is amazing. It's like potpourri. Like the smell, the natural smell of leaves and nature. It's just, subhanallah, it's just amazing. So here are the variety of leaves collected from around the yard, and I wanted certain colors. Also, I didn't want leaves that hadn't fallen already, so I didn't want to pick them off. I saw plenty that were the right color that I was looking for, but yeah. Anyway, those are the pine cones that we picked in another video. They're open now. So here's what we're doing. We are putting the leaves, my son and I are putting the leaves into a sleeve, a laminating sleeve. Can you guess what we're working on? So there it is. It went through and I have it here. I am about to cut out these individual rows. You may not see them as rows right now, but you'll see in a little while. See, that's one row right there, and there are two more to go. I'm just making sure the edges are nice and round because this plastic can really cut you, almost like a paper cut. Voila, you have a bookmark made from the fall leaves. They can even look up the leaves to see which ones they have in their book. And nevertheless, we are doing schoolwork. So the subject, I think this is ELA or language arts. They are talking about gravity in this lesson, or this discussion is gravity. This assignment, he has the option of printing it out or filling it out on the screen, but he can either send it in or print it out, fill it out, and then scan it and send it in. This is probably the quickest way to go about his lesson, is to just fill it in here and submit the portfolio or the assignment. Remember the pumpkin from our fall field trip or our autumn field trip in the previous video? Well, here she is in all of her glory. we are about to cook her down into pumpkin pie. And yes, that is an episode of Goldcast with Les Brown speaking. You should go check it out. It's a really motivational speech. So, how come no one reminded me that the inside was so difficult to clean out? Don't trust everything that you see on the screen. I had to get my serrated knife in order to really clean that out. But the nasty, yucky feeling of the slime was just ew. We did this last year, but I don't remember it feeling so gross. Anyhow, I am making pumpkin spice to go inside of our pumpkin pie. So, here are the cloves. I'm about to grind up some fresh cloves, and we already grinded the cinnamon that's in that jar that you see. And in the bowl, we just use the sieve to make sure we got the biggest chunks out of them. Because I didn't grind it down finely, I kept getting these big chunks from the cinnamon. And the clove stems, I was too lazy to remove the actual clove ball. Yeah, so there you have it. Now, because we want to use every part of the pumpkin that we can, I'm going to rinse the seeds. And this is just so slimy, it's a task. But we're going to rinse the seeds, season them up, bake them. By the time you watch this, we probably will have eaten the seeds already and the pumpkin pie. But alhamdulillah. Anyway, I want to use as much as we can from this pumpkin, so nothing will go to waste. We're going to put we already did actually by the time you watch this. Ew, I forgot that was on here, and I forgot it looked like that. But anyway, we put the skin in the compost, and we put it wasn't the fleshy part, it was like the veins. I don't know the proper word for it or the proper term that's used, but we put that in the compost as well. Here I'm just mixing all the ingredients: sugar, spices, milk, eggs, and voila. Actually, my brother and my sister-in-law have a bean pie making business, and this reminds me of one of their bean pies. So yeah, we had some hot cocoa to go with it, and we ended up drinking the hot cocoa before the pie was finished being baked, and ended up making hot cocoa later. So yeah. And some of us don't like marshmallows because we feel like it's too slimy in our cocoa. So here's the finished product. Had to make some more hot beverage, and this is so yummy to taste. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed making it. Hopefully you enjoy the reminders from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about this blessed season, autumn. Assalamu alaikum.